Okay, we took the intake manifold off because there were a lot of leaks at the front seal and the rear seal. And what we see here is a remarkably clean engine. This is incredible. This engine was said to have 168,000, I believe, either 168 or 186. Now all of the push rods are nice and tight. There's nothing rattling around in here. Valve train's nice and tight. Because this engine has not been run in months and months. And also, it's got a brand new oil pump. I'm going to be putting assembly goo on all the lobes. That way, on our initial crank up, we won't have any chance of metal to metal. Now, there is some wear. You guys are probably looking at the camshaft saying, wow, look, he's got some wear on the camshaft. Yeah, we do. But we're not going to recam the engine because none of the lobes are worn down. I've already rotated around a few times to look at the tops of the lobes. And nothing is scuffed beyond what would be considered minimal wear. And because all the valve train components are nice and tight, that means we're still within clearances. Our clearances are still within tolerance. And when we get some oil pressure, these will pump up and keep everything tight. So, on to the next stage. I don't know what they were using to try and seal this engine up. This is some of the stickiest silicone I've ever gotten a hold of. They used it on all four corners. I've already taken off about 2 pounds of it. But we're going to stick new seals on there, clean this all up, make it look nice, put it back together. Okay, we're getting there. Got all the crud off. Now we want to make sure that the gasket surface is perfectly shiny and clean. And the way we do that is going to use a Whizzer high-speed die grinder. Now, I'm not going to use a green one. Green's very, very aggressive. White is very soft. It's the only thing you want to use on aluminum. And you want to go very, very gently. Okay? If you've never used the die grinder with one of these heads on a critical engine part, then I suggest you get a lot of practice. Because you can severely damage your engine parts. And we don't want to do that. We just want to clean this up so we have a beautiful mating surface. I'm not going to film it because it takes a while and it's two-handed and I won't be able to hold the camera. Okay, I found a cardboard box to stick the camera on. Got my Whizzer. The white attachment. That's the soft one. So we're going to clean this area up. Got the lower valley masked and the valve train masked. Tiny bit will get in, but I can clean that up with a shop vac. What's important is to understand the rotation and which way it's going to make everything fly. So if I use this side of the bristle disc, it'll throw everything down to the engine. If I use the outside, then all the pieces are going to fly up and away and out of the engine. And I go very, very gently. It's important to note, I am barely touching the surface. Okay, so we're going to clean that off and use a little brake cleaner and a rag. And we can see our surface. Remember, these videos are not cut up and pre-staged. If they were, I wouldn't have had the air compressor turn on. This is just the first pass to show you just a light touch with that bristle disc. Give you some really nice results. Okay, and look at the difference. Now I'll go over this once more, very lightly, but it did look like that. And we had a surface that looked like this. Now this is what it looks like. That's beautiful. Again, you go very, very lightly with your bristle disc. I mean, you're barely touching it, because you only want to take off the grit and the dirt. You don't want to be taking off aluminum. Like and subscribe, or I'll set this fella loose in your garage.